Welcome back to Cinema Corner. I'm Blake, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Josh and Alex.
And today, the three of us are going to give our recommendations for shows and movies that are currently on streaming services. Yeah, it's just kind of like a chill episode, you know? We're like, we like this show, or we like this movie, and we would recommend it. Some of these are already pretty big, at least on my list. I'll say that all of them are pretty popular, so, I don't know how much me recommending it does anything, but I don't know how popular the shows or movies on Blake or Josh's list are. So, who wants to start first?
I can start off with the streaming service that recently has axed me. Anyone else that has suffered from the TV household pandemic that's going on. Anyways, if you were one of the few survivors, Fractured, I believe that's even a Netflix original movie, is one that I always recommend. It's just a solid kind of thriller-ish horror movie that plenty of twists. So if you're not a fan of a bunch of twists, I actually don't even know if it's a bunch of twists. It has a few main ones throughout the film. I don't think they do too much. Definitely fun, keeps you in it throughout the entire film, and obviously you can only watch it on Netflix, so easily give it a shot. One of my higher rated movies too.
Fractured.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I just randomly put a movie in my head to recommend to Alex whenever we do those videos again. So, just thought I should throw that out there. I can go next.
Oh, God.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll stay on the Netflix train with you. This is one that I'll go movie. I got a TV shows or movies. I'll go movie. Wind River. This is one I think. I don't know if I talked. No, I didn't do a video on this one. It came out a while ago. I want to say 16. Could be wrong. Elizabeth Olsen, Jeremy Renner.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great movie. It's about to be honest, I don't remember where exactly it takes place. I want to say like North Dakota, perhaps. One of those, kind of remote places. Yeah, it's somewhere out there, and has to do with a Native American tribe and a murder, and they're going to try to help out and solve some stuff. It's just a really good movie that I feel like doesn't get talked about as much as it should, but I believe it has a pretty good rating. So for the most part, people who you give it a watch, it's good. So it's on Netflix, and I just feel like that's one that deserves a little bit more attention.
I've seen clips of that from TikTok, and it's one of those that I'm like, yeah, I put in my favorites to just watch at some point.
Yeah, you'll get around to it. You'll get around to it.
I'll get around to it for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. I've seen a quarter of it already, but
Fair enough. Well, speaking of staying on the train, I gotta stay on a train, and that is The Bullet Train with Brad Pitt. It's on Netflix. I suggest you watch it. It's a good time. Just it's starting to get cold outside. Just bundle up, make yourself some hot chocolate, sit down, maybe have some snacks next to you, turn on Netflix and watch Bullet Train. It's a good time.
That's a Christmas movie right there,
All right, next suggestion, Alex. Go ahead.
It is a Christmas movie. It's a good movie.
Go with your next
If you want to be entertained, I highly suggest it.
Go with your next suggestion.
I'll go. All right.
Can't be
I
silenced.
I can't make fun of Alex too much because, he's
I'll
spreading his
out.
propaganda over Bullet Train. I'm going to spread mine. On HBO Max, Blade Runner's on there. 2049. Give it a shot.
What are we doing? What are we doing right now?
Listen, dude.
Guys, if you happen to be at Disney Plus, Avengers Infinity War, okay, give it a shot. You know what I mean? You should give that one a shot.
Listen, it's on Max with the 4K edition on there as well. Got to give it a shot. Just do it. You won't regret it.
All right. Go to Netflix. This is a little bit older one. A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe. This is just a really, I don't know, I thought this was it's a good movie. It's about a mathematician who has some mental issues and just kind of goes into his life based on a true story. And I just think this is a really interesting one. Like I said, I believe this was early 2000s, maybe even like 02, 01 maybe. but I just thought that this is a really good movie. I saw it was on Netflix. It might have a leaving soon tag or new to Netflix. It might have one of those tags, I believe.
Do you know who
yeah.
the main actor in that? What his name is?
Russell Crowe.
Oh, Russell Crowe. Just what you said. Okay, it wasn't the movie I was thinking of. Okay. I've not seen that.
I want to say I could be wrong. I won't even say because I could be wrong. But yeah, that's a good movie.
Okay. Well, I gotta go to Amazon Prime. It's a very popular show. Like I said, I clearly did not understand the assignment. I thought we were here just to highlight our favorite stuff that's on streaming services, not kind of like promote stuff that's kind of under the radar. So my bad, but you know what? Screw it. I have the list. I'm going to go with it. And that is Invincible. Love that show. Season 2 is going to come out soon. It's, I think from today, it comes out in about a week and a couple days. I think November 3rd. So
when this video comes out, it'll be released.
Oh, it would already be out by now. Yes.
Hey, it needs all the marketing help it needs, you know?
Yeah, for
real, dog. Yeah. So like it's probably out now. So go to Amazon Prime, type in Invincible, and you should see season 1 and 2, probably episode 1 and 2 out by then. So yeah, give it a shot. It's fun.
Invincible is good. And then also adding the pairing that they're making Omni-Man come out for MK as well on the first.
Yep, in November. So that's nice.
All right, I'll go next, and mine is on Hulu actually, and I noticed that there's a zombie series of movies that I've recently watched. I'd say like maybe 6-8 months ago, called 28 Weeks Later. That's on Hulu. Obviously, that is the sequel to the 28 Days Later, but that movie is not on any streaming service at all. So you would have to rent it, but I would recommend it regardless because it's definitely a good. If you just want like a solid, almost kind of bit different zombie movie, I mean, definitely does follow the generic stuff of a zombie storyline, but it's fun. It's nice. It does a nice job of being a sequel movie to a zombie film. You kind of wonder, how do they keep it fresh? How do you even restart, everything going on? It works. So highly recommend watching that. And it's on Hulu, which I thought was odd, but hey.
I just want to say it is Ed Harris is who I was thinking of in A Beautiful Mind, who plays a role who, for some reason, man, Ed Harris, if you just put him in some kind of minor role in a movie, love it. Love him, absolutely. My next one, we'll go to Max, the best streaming service of them all.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Judas and the Black Messiah. This is two of my favorite people, Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield. And it's a story of Fred Hampton, who, people like Josh don't know much about, so I just think this is a good movie to kind of learn about him and what he did for society and the tragic and horrible passing and what happened to him. But yeah, I just think this is it's phenomenally shot. I thought it is a longer movie, I believe. I do remember it's a longer movie, but it's definitely worth watching and kind of getting to learn from most, of us Caucasians, different side of history. Let's be real, people. History books, they don't tell us a whole lot about other people. So, it's nice to learn about someone else for once.
Fair enough.
Josh doesn't agree usually, but Alex, go ahead.
I love that you said Caucasians. You're like, you really had to put emphasis on that. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
They're Asian.
For the mountains of Caucasus. I'll just stick to Max, and I'm going to highlight this masterpiece of a show.
Ends.
I haven't seen all of it yet, so I'm currently halfway through season 3. There's only one more season left of it, and that is Barry with Bill Hader. Dude, that is a funny ass show, and it has some like thriller elements, has some like a little bit of romance elements in there too, and a little bit of like tragedy, because like it's essentially it's about a guy who's an assassin who's trying to get out of that life, and things transpire, and he just goes on that journey, and so far through 2.5 seasons, it's fucking fantastic. And I saw the reviews on it. It has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, and honestly, pretty good, and like I said, it's pretty funny. So yeah, I definitely would recommend it. They dropped season 4, and that's the final season. So everything's out and available. I would suggest to go watch it, as I'm currently doing that right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna treat that show like Game of Thrones and just wait way too long to ever watch it, and then be like, why don't I watch it at its peak so I can enjoy it with other people? But
Same.
it does look like an HBO classic. Also, stacked cast as well. Like everyone in it, you're just like,
Yeah,
I enjoy these people. Why have I not watched it yet?
I enjoy these people.
Josh,
The only clip
you
I've
could
ever
explain
seen
me.
from that is like we're not thinking about the same, or we're not saying the same thing, or whatever, where he's just freaking out in like a classroom setting or something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
That is the only clip
Yeah,
I've seen from that. And I'm
his
like,
acting class, yeah.
might watch it.
Dude, you have to, because you can probably catch up to me. I've been kind of lacking recently, so
I'm falling behind on every show known to man.
Yeah,
so.
no, Josh definitely will catch up to you. He's a big fan of just turning stuff on and watching them. He doesn't let them sit in his queue for a long time.
Not at all, man.
He's on top of that stuff.
I started the Scream series last year, and I just now watched the third one.
That's a good pace. How many are there? 7?
5, isn't there?
6, because the 6th one just came out.
So,
Oh yeah, because there's 4th and there's 2 more, right? Okay.
Be on the lookout for next year for Josh to do his review of that series if he only has 3 to go. So.
Oh shit, I gotta do mine too.
Yeah, I could join him by the time. Okay, my last one. I just did the ones I actually own because fuck Peacock. Paramount Plus. This one is probably the only one I would say that has like new and maybe popular. I wouldn't necessarily say it's popular.
It's very popular.
Is the Dungeon and Dragons, the Honor Among Thieves, that is on there. That was a movie that recently came out in theaters, but is now on Paramount Plus.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw it in theaters, so I would recommend just turning it on, give it a watch. It's definitely a fun, chill. It kind of gives you like that Detective Pikachu vibes. It definitely has a good enough story, good enough action, and it's funny enough to keep you entertained throughout the entire film. Yeah, just something to enjoy.
I thought you were going Top Gun Maverick.
No.
Too
See,
big.
that's what I'm asking
movie.
for out of Aquaman, is just to be able to just sit down and just enjoy myself, like not have to be like bothered. And that movie did that for me.
All right, for a second I thought you were saying you were expecting Aquaman 2 to be on the same thing as Top Gun Maverick, and I was
No.
like,
I'm talking about
right.
Dungeons and Dragons. No.
Let the bullet train slide, but go ahead, Alex.
Oh, okay. Okay, so these two. Okay, again, I did not understand the assignment, so don't. I'm just gonna group these two together and just make it my last one, right? So my last two that I have on here was obviously Stranger Things. Fucking season 4 was amazing, and House of the Dragon season 1. Gotta watch it. That shit's amazing. Loved it, and I miss that feeling of waiting every week for a new episode. Be like, what's gonna happen next? And being surprised nearly every time, and just kept getting better and better as the season went on. And yeah, just hoping season 2 doesn't flop. But writer strike, actor strike may have fucked that up. We'll see. That is
It'll
still
fuck a lot of things up.
Yeah, it is.
TBD. But
Yeah, it is.
holding out hope. When there's hope.
When there's
Yeah. Okay.
as long as there's delusion, there's hope.
Yeah. That's it.
You said the last part of the line. How are we supposed to go back in time and say the first part of the line?
No, I got it.
Because you guys, it's supposed to
Rewind
be.
time.
What's it called?
Yeah,
Like,
so for my final
it doesn't
one,
matter which way you go. It's the
I'll
same
do
thing.
a great series on Netflix that I think is one of the best, like nighttime, chill, calm down type series of all time. And it involves food, which who doesn't like watching food? And that is the BBC classic, The Great British Bake Off. It is just such a good show. You get some British people making some bread and other pastries, some biscuits, all type of stuff. Paul Hollywood, one of the judges, is just an electric. If you get a handshake from Paul Hollywood, for those of you, if you know, you know. It's a big deal. And I just think this is a series that everyone should check out and give a chance and really enjoy and relax and just watch some great baking.
Okay. Interesting.
So that's going to do it for this video. These are just some suggestions that we have. Hey, if you're like some people who you just go through like 8 different streaming services and you don't know what to watch, maybe this will help. You'll hear a movie that you're like, oh, I have one to watch that one, or I haven't heard of that. Let me give it a shot. All these are available on streaming services, as we mentioned, as of now.
Now you know to unsubscribe from that.
Yeah, if you have Peacock, I don't know what you're doing. If you have Stars, I don't know what you're doing.
Peacock, what are you doing?
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah,
get off the cock.
Gotta get on the cock, bro. Well, actually,
I
don't have it. I just have the password for it. So
we know you don't. So that's gonna do it for this. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.